Hello dear viewers, my name is Miss Helen. I'm from Wise Basic School. Inshallah, with our beautiful students, we will present to you a beautiful podcast. Each episode will talk about a different topic. The first episode, we will have these beautiful students with us, and we will talk about the benefits of reading. How do you choose a perfect book to read? How do you know if you like fiction or not? Stuff like that, inshallah. So, hi guys, how are you doing?
Hi. Fine.
Very good. Nice to meet you. Can you please introduce yourself before starting?
What's up, guys? I'm Niyar. I'm from Wise Private School 4E.
Hi guys, I'm Irvi Shahzad. My school is Wise Private Basic School. I'm from 4A.
Hi guys, I'm Mohammed Saman from Wise Private Basic School and I'm from 4E.
Thank you guys. So I'm so happy that I have you here today. Inshallah, we will have a beautiful podcast together. Guys, who can tell me what's your all-time favorite book and why do you like that book? What's the reason?
Who should go first?
Yes, doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay. My all-time favorite is the Diary of a Wimpy Kid book series. It's just really comedic and funny.
Mm-hmm.
I like Diary of a Wimpy Kid Big Shot because it talks about sports and the struggles of when you can't play sports and when you're talented at sports.
Mine is 151 Greatest Inventors. I really want to make an invention of my own, so I have a lot of inspiration from them.
I've seen a lot of students and young kids read the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but I haven't read it. Can you describe the book for me? Why do you like that? And if it's a good book for kids.
It's really comedic and funny. It's just a way to kill some time when you're punished or something. In my opinion, I really like it because it's been out since 2008 and they've had a lot of books. In fact, they have almost more than 100 books. All books included written by the author and limited edition and geographically not included.
Very good.
I like Diary of a Wimpy Kid Big Shot because it talks about sports, like I said, and when you can't play sports when you're not really that good at it, but then in the end he finds a sport that he's kind of good at. It's basketball, and it talks about how you can be good at sports if you try and get a good teacher.
So you're a big fan of sports and stuff.
Yes.
Don't forget him. At the end, he also betrays his own team and goes to Slacksville team.
Yes, and what's it called? Okay. It also says he actually found a basketball team, which is my favorite sport, basketball, and just a really fun book. And it's not like other books. Some other books are boring and not exciting, but this book is actually nice and you can kill some time.
Okay, what about you, Mervi? What does that book talk about? The one that you said?
It's talking about characters. There's 80 pages and 150 characters. 151, I'm sorry. And each person talks about their invention. For example, Galileo Galilei, Barbara Askins, a lot of people, and I think they can give a lot of recommendations and inventions to people and inspirations.
So there's this statement that everybody uses when talking about books and reading. They say that it makes your imagination flourish. It makes it amazing, right? You can use your imagination nobody else. And you used the name of that book, and you said that it talks about goals and having a goal in life, having a dream in life, right? I think all of the books talk about something like that. My question is, how can someone get the benefit from a book to have a dream of in their life, to have a goal in life? How can a book help you with that? Do you have anything in mind?
I do.
Yes.
Sometimes people give up. They want to read a book. For example, they give up on sports. They want to read a book. For example, the person there gives up too, the exact same person, and then he makes his way up to the stairway of success and doesn't let failure stop him. So some people get inspirations and don't give up on their dreams.
So it gives you the motivation to
Yes.
like have a dream and work for your dreams, right?
Yes, basically.
Very good, very good.
Thank you.
Anything else, guys? Like you want?
I have one like the book I said, Big Shot. He has a dream. First, he didn't like basketball and he didn't like any sports, but then his mom said, "Go in a team this time, and if you don't do good, I won't pressure you again." And he went into a basketball team, and he actually kind of liked it. And there was this time on September on a Wednesday, I think. They were having the school hall, and a group of men came to them and said, "We have the school hall on Wednesdays," but then they won.
Okay, good, very good. How about you, Nia, again?
Well, but I don't really have anything in mind. But Diary of Olympic does inspire many people to become authors. For example, Dog Diaries is inspired by Diary of Olympic, for example.
Okay, guys, about the books that you mentioned, tell me about the author. Is there any interesting fact that you always think of that it keeps you like intrigued to read the books of this author? Anything like that?
Okay, in Diary of Olympic, the author is Jeff Kenny, as we know. Jeff Kenny, although he is American, he his books are written in British. And Jeff Kenny also, in Diary of Olympic, Roger Rules, the live-action movie, he was one of the actors. He's the actor of Greg's crush. He's the actor for Greg's crush's dad.
Okay, you mentioned that although he's American, but he wrote the book in British. What do you mean by that?
Like the words are in British and the spelling is in British. And in one of the scenes, his mom and dad get him a phone, like a ladybug phone. It's not really like a phone. It has an emergency service button on it, but the button is written 999, which is the emergency services in the United Kingdom.
Oh,
in
that's
England,
interesting.
Wales, and Scotland, and Northern Ireland.
Okay, you know a lot about like the spellings of British and American English. Other than English, do you know any other languages? What language?
Aussie.
What?
Aussie.
What's that?
It's English, but most of the words are revamped. It's Australian.
Oh, Aussie.
Aussie.
Oh,
yes,
sorry,
Aussie.
the pronunciation was not clear. Thank you. What about you guys?
Speak it right now.
Okay, can you try?
Okay. Good afternoon, people. Hope you have a good day.
Good day. Oh, I've heard that they pronounce no as nor. With R, right?
They do.
Have you seen that?
They literally call Barbies barbecue.
And they call breakfast brekkie.
Really?
Oh,
yes, I've heard of
they
that
also
too.
call shrimp prawn, which I really
Yes,
love.
I've heard of
prawn
that too.
tastes really good also.
Oh, that's cool. That's
My
cool.
cousin hates it.
Okay, guys, what about you?
Like any languages that we speak.
First the author, and then any language that you speak.
So the author, this is actually really interesting. I don't know because it's from my library from my school, which is really interesting that I got a favorite book from my school. But if I know who is the author, I would thank them a lot because they made that book and it inspires and recommends things for people.
But that's great. This motivates the other students to also read the books from their libraries, the school libraries, because you never know, you might find your favorite book in the library, right?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Okay, what about the languages? Do you speak any other languages?
Languages, I speak a little Spain.
Spanish?
Yeah.
Hola.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And a little Turkish, here.
Turkish?
There.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's great.
I know most of it, Russian a little too.
Does that help with reading?
Yes. Sometimes if I don't know the language of the book, sometimes I learn myself to know the language, and then I can read the book. And if you don't know the language, and if you know the language and start to know the book, you might actually like it.
That's great. That's
teacher,
great.
I also forgot to mention, I used to I used to know a little bit of Japanese.
Japanese?
Japanese, yes.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
can speak a little now. Konnichiwa, English one, Aminasho. Okay. I just said, hi, let's switch to speaking English.
I'm
I also
jealous.
know a little bit of French. Bonjour and bonjour.
I know bonjour too. So
Yeah, of course.
that's no like
don't-
biggie.
I don't
A
really-
random word I know in French is also mur, which means wall.
I don't really know
What is
much
very
about the
interesting.
author. And
The
except,
author?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
yeah, I don't really know much about.
Do you have any other favorite authors?
Other? No, not really.
He doesn't really read.
Okay, what about languages? Oh, I remember like the beginning of this year you mentioned that you were from the UK. Do you know like any British accent, any British thing that you could use like here?
Oh, British accent?
Like try something.
I can speak British, but okay.
Okay, use. Come on,
Okay,
I'm
so
all ears.
Stereotypical one or just regular?
I can speak
Um,
British too.
Anything that you'd like.
In school, it was like all of them said like a mate. All of them said
mate.
mate.
Okay, anything else?
Mate
Yeah.
is actually Australian.
Can you pronounce Harry Potter? Like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I can.
Come on, in British.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
So I was in UK. I was redoing third grade, and my eyesight wasn't really good, so I went to get glasses, black ones in particular, like Harry Potter's.
Oh, really?
And then I came back to school, and everybody said, "Can you pronounce Harry Potter?"
Is this like a stereotypical thing, or is it true that every British person likes Harry Potter?
Not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But there is this stereotypical thing that British people say bottle of water, but they don't. Only some of them do. Most of them say bottle of water.
Okay, guys, we talked about like having a favorite book, but do you have a favorite character in a book, and why is that person or that character is a favorite of yours?
Oh. Okay, like in Diary of Olympian No-Brainer, the latest one, at the end of the book, Greg ends up with a $19 grocery store robot as his principal. And I just think that's really funny. So like the robot's my favorite character.
I said like having a favorite character, but why is that like robot is a favorite character of yours?
Like it's really funny. Like he ends up as principal, but he's a $19 grocery store robot. And he also just cleans up trash for robots.
Melvin, what about you?
Okay, so I have like two favorite characters in this book. First of all is Barbara Askins and Galileo Galilei. So first, Barbara Askins, she like works for NASA. She invented a new way of developing films. Like, and she like works at NASA, like which is, I think is really awesome. Like at first, like you know, in the old days, they didn't know how to develop films. But when she came, she like made a new way of developing films. And Galileo Galilei, he was the first one to send a satellite into space in 1989. And the way that satellites work is like when like you use your phone or iPad, like your iPad's energy go up to the satellite, and the satellite brings the person's brings all of your phone energy to the person that you're calling. So that's basically how.
That's
a call
really
is.
cool. That's really cool.
Like that invention is actually really great. Believe me, like Planet of the Apes, it's a movie trilogy I really like. The 1968 movie was just like they brought just like weird cheap grocery store costumes for the people to like dress up as apes.
Yeah, I've watched Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, me too. How about your favorite character?
My favorite character is Greg in Diary of a Wimpy Kid Big Shot.
Why?
Cause like, as I said, it keeps talking about sports, and Greg.
And you like you're a big fan of sports.
Mostly Greg, and first Greg, his joy. Greg was in football. He was in a football practice, and the coach wouldn't put him in. This was like kindergarten, and then And then
No, Mohammed, it's not actually kindergarten. Like it was
Nurse-
in school.
yeah.
The coach made him the
Yeah.
Fletcher, which just
Okay,
gets
guys,
football.
let's start talking about like the favorite characters. I have a
Yes.
question. Mervi mentioned something about like NASA, science, and stuff like that. Who? Tell me about your favorite genre. Like, what's your favorite genre to read? Anything that you want.
It is
You want
really
to mention?
obvious that geography and comedy are my favorite genre. Drama and drama too, actually.
So
Fiction too.
fiction, very good, very
I
good.
have 4 favorite genres.
Mohammed.
I have my favorites are fiction, like sports and I don't know, fiction and sports.
Okay.
And
But I think Mervi is more of a scientific girl,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, like she likes history
Okay.
and all
I
that
like
sort of
drama too, and
yeah, I like drama too.
I like
forgot.
murder mysteries too a lot.
So Mervi mentioned something. She talked about NASA and scientific stuff. There's this argument, like it's been like hot topic for years. Some say that fiction is better than scientific like genres, and some say otherwise. What do you think of that? Like,
Oh, I really think that fiction is like way better because scientific is like not for the audience. Like most book audience are kids because like maybe they got grounded. So like I think the fiction genre is way better. Adults can also read fiction. It's really fun.
when he said like fiction is better, Mervi was like,
I know what I was about to say. I was about to breathe back.
why did you make that face?
like-
Like,
Like,
She was
it
like-
like scientific stuff. You can learn a lot of new things about the solar system, like about the planets and everything. Like literally.
so you think
Like-
scientific like books
No,
are
she was
better?
like-
it's better. Like they're both the same because they're still a book, and people like read them. Like it's still interesting. Like you still read them and you still like them. Like books are the same because of the readings, but like the interesting facts about them are not the same. So
You're right.
I really think like both in genre are like the best. Like both of them are really good.
You're right. So I'm a fiction like person myself. I always read fiction. I don't like scientific like topics, but yes, you're right. You can like read both of them and get benefit from
Okay,
both of them.
those two are debating on which is best. I think she said both
They're
of
both
them
the best.
are good. I think both of them are good because fiction you can do stuff that that isn't like nobody has ever done it. You can bring your imagination to life, and on science you can study about planets, astronauts, and
You're right.
yeah.
Okay, so reading is just not about words on a paper, right?
No,
So,
no.
like scientifically, they've said that it can make your brain like stronger and healthier. Let's say.
You can concentrate more.
Yes, yes. Do you have like anything on that? Like,
Oh,
I don't
yes,
know.
like
Yes.
reading books can also help on ADHD. For example, you're in
How?
class, you can't focus. Like you can't focus because maybe you have ADHD, and maybe it's a reading class. You can take a book and read it in class. It's still classified as reading, and it also helps your brain develop.
Alright.
So you can overcome this ADHD.
Okay, for you guys, have you ever had like a specific perspective, and then after reading something, it changed?
Like changed what?
All of you.
changed
Let's say that you have a perspective, you have something on your mind about something, but when you read a book, it changes your mindset.
Yes.
Oh, like my perspective is that like I just used to think nobody's like me. I used to think like I'm just like this one person. Then I see Greg Alfley, he's just exactly like me.
So you thought that you were all unique and like
Yeah,
different,
I just thought I was like different.
but believe me, everyone is different.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you might look alike, or you might have the same, let's say, thoughts and stuff.
But your mindset
but
is different
Every single person is unique. Like we are all different.
in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
in a way
like,
or two.
we're not all doppelgangers.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me something else, guys. Yes,
when,
love.
Like it changed my mind.
Mhm.
So for example, like I'm watching like a scientific, like reading scientific stuff. Like I got this new stuff. It helped me like get my scientific level up and know more stuff, which is really interesting. And I wanna like when I like see the murder mysteries one, like helps me like become a better detective and focus on the little stuff that really helps you out with the other stuff. Well, sometimes the bigger stuff really doesn't help you out. So like always think about like smaller stuffs, not always big stuffs, because it might be more important.
Yeah, and when I read like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Big Shot, I was like, before I read that, I was like, no way, I'm gonna make it as an NBA player. But then when Niad gave me the book, and I read half of it, I was like, this, I'm gonna make it as an NBA player now, because like Scouts are all over the world.
For my final question, I have this. So let's say, imagine that someone who's listening to us, who's watching us, they're not a big reader, or they didn't have the chance to start reading, or they're not interested. How can you, take a look at the cameras. How can you like convince them to start reading in one sentence? Convince them to start reading.
In one
sentence or two?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, let's start from Irving.
Okay, I would probably say, so first of all, I would be like, if you want to learn like some interesting facts, you can read a book and like get more stuff into your head and focus more and develop new interesting facts and know about more like scientific, fiction, comedy, or murder mysteries and all that stuff. And once they like read like one part of the book, I think they will really start to like it, and that would be really good for their brain.
So for my piece of advice, I would say find what like makes you interested. So for example, if you just start reading everything, it might be boring or exhausting to you. So find what you like. If you like crimes, if you like thriller, if you like science, stuff like that. Find your favorite genre and start reading that. It will help you.
Like for example, you want to like get off the screen if you like play too much video games.
Right.
Like there's books based off video games too. You can read those too.
Yeah, right. Yes.
And for me, it's like you play video games too much and you read a book about sports. You get addicted to like one sport and you try out that sport. You like football. A lot of people like football because they've seen players play, and they've played and they've liked it. And they're not that good, and they read a book about all the tactics in football, and they can get good like everybody else.
So read as much book as possible, please.
Yes.
Do you agree, guys?
Yes, I agree.
Gives you
Like,
inspirations.
Yes. Get off the screen.
like get off the screen and read books. Yep.
Get off the screen. Yeah, you right there. Read books. Get off the screen and go to Bazaar and buy a book.